here we go, warm-ups. Just wrapping up from the K Arena. Game 2, DNA Swag Cup. About to get set in around 10 minutes after the flood. We'll see you after then. During the intermission, you'll be seeing some highlights from last game and news for upcoming and past games from Moncton High. we go. Game starting any moment. Starting goalies for both teams. In net for Bernice McNaughton is number 30, Jax Johnstone. In net for Moncton High, wearing number 29 is Isaac LeBlanc Burke, still without his jersey, which should be number 1. As we're about to get set for O Canada, let's let Greg take it away. Canada, it comes to an end. We're going to get set for puck drop. Starting lineup for Moncton High on defense. At defensive is number 24, Ben Harriman, and number 17, Campbell Harris. And the forwards, Les Avon, number 9, graduate Evan Beach, number 19, goal scorer Zach Bayeni, and number 22, Reed Cole. Both benches hyped up for the start of this one. Purple Knights need a win to keep their season alive. Here we go, official puck drop. Won by Evan Beach, taken back by Cole. Harris, a pass in the middle, picked off. Just recovered by Evan Beach. He'll back in that off to Harriman. Harriman across ice. Harris to the middle for Cole. Cole walks it on Arsenault. He shoots. Deflected by Annie. Backhanded it. Here's Arsenault over skating the puck. Zach Arsenault, who's in the corner, sends that around for Gallant. Gallant had to pass up from McCluskey, goes all the way back to Harriman. They'll send a high dump in. Gallant tries to kick it away. Arsenault has a skate with it. Now skating around his defensive zone before passing it up to Thomas. He'll leave that off for Foster. Foster to the middle, shoots, saved. First shot on goal for Bernice McNaughton, and it's one crucially from the slot. Harris's stick gets slashed out of his hands. No call. Harriman backward to Harris, who just recollected his stick. Harris saucer pass right over to Curvin. Curvin walks in, shoots, glove save. He's tripped. Curvin backhander to the middle. That one's deflected and sent away. Big hit from Jack Adams in the corner. Already starting up the physicality. Here's a man coming in. He's tied up and flies up into the boards. Behind the net, Obe will give a cross check to the back, and that'll get called. A lot happening in the first minute and 20 seconds. So we'll have Lucas Obey to the box. Or Jack Adams, more like it. He's going off 2 minutes for Sportsmanlike at 18:40. So we have 2 penalties. So it's a 5-on-3. Jack Adams is off 2 minutes for interference. 2 minutes for Sportsmanlike, and Obey's off for the cross check. So number 5, Lucas Obey, 2 minutes, 18:40. Jack Adams, 27, 2 minutes, also at 18:40. Brisbane on a 5-on-3. Here's Constable. Walks in before passing that off to Little. Little makes a move, sends that over to Foster. Little. Now pass Constable to the middle. Now a drop pass from Mann. Mann shoots. Saved by LeBlancburg. And puck will get out of the zone. The Brisbane non-killing their own penalties. 1 minute 30 still left on that. Miller stops. Curls around. Little. The middle for Miller. And it's poked off his tape. Constable has it. Attempted pass over is deflected out by Reed Cole and out to the neutral zone. Pass to the middle. Here's Miller. Walks in. Drop pass. Constable at the blue line. Shoots. Blockered away by LeBlancburg. Mann. Rimming around for Bishop. Bishop is behind the backhand out in front. Little with the shot. What a save, and rebound is cleared out by Campbell Harris. We're halfway done these penalties. A pass up over to Bishop. Bishop with speed enters the offensive zone. Off for McDonald. To the middle. Miller shoots just wide. Puck's now behind the net. Seth McDonald. Up to the blue line. A shot or a pass into the corner. Picked up by Miller. Up, Hayden Gallant. Down to Seth McDonald. Cross-ice pass over to Thomas, and he deflects it out of the own zone. 20 seconds left to go on both penalties. Maurice McDonald so far very unsuccessful in this 5-on-3. Here comes Gallant. Leaves off for McDonald. McDonald to the middle. Pass off the skate of Reed Cole. McDonald poking it behind the net. Picked up by Foster. Foster dangles it before sending it up to Arsenault. Arsenault walks into the middle for McCluskey. Back to McDonald. The shot, he scores! Just as the power play expires, it's Seth McDonald who receives the backdoor pass from McCluskey and makes 0 mistakes. McDonald up 1-0 at 16:37. This one will be McDonald from McCluskey and Arsenault at 16:37. McMacken, he'll dump that in lower into the zone. Warner sent around. Back for Obey, and a cross-ice pass that was deflected, intercepted by Keenan, and we'll go for offside. Face-off taken by the Highlanders. Sent in by Gallant. It's wide of the right post. Harris. They'll take a bit of time before going to the middle. Pass out to Brown. The outlet pass to Brown is then sent cross-ice over to Adams. Deflected off his skate. Now behind the Maurice McNaughton net. He's battling with Arsenault. McMacken sent up. Intended for Keenan. Bumped off by Tracy. Harris keeps it in. Sends it in. Deflected. Shot. Rebound from Jack Adams. Trying to poke at some loose rebounds, and it's smothered up by Johnstone. 15:48. And early into this game, already 49 watching live. It's a do-or-die game for Moncton High, already down 1-0. If Moncton High loses, it's the end of the season. The face-off tie-off, that's taken by Bernice McNaughton. It's pass up on the wing. McMacken shoots, save It's smothered up by LeBlanc. Not quite sure where it was at first. Face off to the left of goaltender LeBlanc. Linesman fakes a couple drops. McMahon could stobble a shot sent way into the corner. Warner, he deflects the bouncing puck up. Here's Bianni getting out of the zone. Puck's bouncing around across everyone's sticks, and it's touched offside by Evan Beach. Taken in by Beach, and he's leveled by Murray. Now Bishop, he gets the outlet pass. Good defense shown by Obe. He still has the puck. Now set down. Big hit from Evan Beach, and his stick breaks in the process. Set out by Cole. 2-on-1 with Bianni. Cole, Bianni. Shot! He scores! Bar down! Beautiful goal, Zach Bianni on the 2-on-1 with Reed Cole, and snipes it like he's been doing all season. He'll give a little point to our camera. We saw that. That ties the game up at 1. 14-59, game ties. Face-off won by Moncton High. Here's Harriman over to Harris. Harris in the middle, deflected by Brown into the zone, no icing. Johnstone to flip it out. Brown sent around. That'll be picked up by McMacken. There goes McMacken, streaking with speed before dumping it in. The cleared and pucks played by Harriman, sent back in. Harriman got most of it. LeBlanc telling him, notifying him he has time. Sent up. Deflected off the skates of Adams. It's just kept in. What a play by Little. Loose puck to Little, walks in. A shot just wide. Picked up by Benjamin Constable. Sent off the boards to the middle for McMacken. Graduate Matthew McMacken over to Little. Little will walk in and clear it into the opposite corner. The attempted shot on net from McDonald, blocked by Harris. Vale cleared out. McMacken to Constable. They'll shoot. That one's blocked. And McDonald's trying to keep possession. Potter joins the fight. Goulet can't quite get it out. A bouncing puck. Impossible for anyone to pick up. Harris just loses it. Harriman over for Potter. Potter did his skate. Big hit by Constable. And that'll go for a penalty, however. He'll be going off for interference. We'll have a look at that. Potter looked lost for a moment, did not know where the puck was, and then gets run over by a freight train. So it's number 16, Ben Constable, to the box. 2 minutes. Interference. Lost by Tracy. Arsenault, the attempting clear out, blocked by Beach on the blue line. Beach over to Harris. Harris back to Beach. Over to Tracy, just out of his reach. Tracy sends it around. That goes right up the Beach. Beach makes a move by Thomas, barely with possession. Over to Harris. Harris, Tracy on the right. Back to Harris on the blue line. A shot, save, rebound was attempted to be hit out of there by Johnstone, and now it gets cleared up by Arsenault. LeBlanc plays it out. McCluskey was chasing Harris. Still is. Before Harris loops around. Now Harris a jet sweep play off the Beach. Here goes Beach streaking up the right side. He stops. Flips to the middle. Harris. But had trouble controlling it. And sends that over to Beach. Up to Tracy. Tracy with a fake shot. Then over to Beach. Beach. Tracy. Back to Beach, playing a little bit catch. Or Beach goes to the middle. Harris, dangled in the middle. Harris with a shot off the post. Rebound sent out to Tracy. Tracy, Beach, back to Tracy. Tracy with the shot save. Rebound, Cole, he scores! Cole on the power play. Two-1 Knights. It's the initial shot from Max Tracy. Rebound is set right up to Reed Cole. Right place, right time, and it goes to the back of the net. 2-1 Knights at 12:25. Obey slows up, then passes it up, deflected by Curvin. Picked up by Murray. Maverick Murray over to the other side for McMacken. Flipped in, stopped by LeBlanc Burke, and he'll cover. Bishop getting a little too close to the goaltender. As we saw last game, this was a very chippy and rough game between these two teams last night at the Fourplex. So one bad move. Here's Bishop. Bishop who's in the corner. Moves it back. He's hit. Tracy another hit. Sticks getting up high. Curvin and Bishop. Go over. Murray. Back in. Deflected by Warner. Warner almost lost his balance. Now has to get back. A pass to the middle. Man shoots. Saved by LeBlanc Burke and covered. Off to be taken by Owen McCluskey and Beach. A shot. Stick save. Cole, who sends that around the boards. And sent out by Beach. A puck play in the middle. Evan Beach now in his defensive zone. Curls around. Beach flipped off the boards. Misses Cook. Brought back in by Gallant, who still makes his way in. Now McMacken just loses possession behind the net. Harris will cut it off perfectly. The clearing attempt blocked. Now it's going to be carried out by Beach. Almost tripped up. Beach makes a couple moves. Now in the corner, McMacken deflected it off. Cook, Beach, shot! Off the poster, blocked. Now there's Beach. He slips up and loses an edge right in front of the Bernice McNaughton bench. That's had to taken in by McDonald. He loses it. Now passes it and clears it right back to Harris. Harris right back to Little. Little, who's in just offside. That one looked a bit debatable. Just going to put to note, 65 already watching, not even midway through the first period. We appreciate it, as this rink is more packed than it usually is, especially for a playoff game. Little, a pass deflected by Goulet. Goulet sent the shot to the middle. Now it's flipped out of the zone. Warner going to be the first one on, who posted by Thomas. Now taken up. Foster with the shot. That one's just wide. Little, another one directed to the net. Ramped off the stick, behind the net. LeBlanc didn't know where it was for a minute. Thomas, cross-ice pass. Arsenault shoots, deflected. That one's just wide of the right post. Foster being hounded behind the net. Sends it up to Arsenault. Arsenault, Little, shot, deflected, still wide. Rebound, another shot off the outside of the post. Foster around in the corner. Leaves that back. Harriman, that's Vale. Now up, Little. Arsenault makes a backhand move, then backhands that back in the corner where the puck just was. Picked up by McCluskey. Around Obey, and try to clear it out, goes right back up to Little. Little with the shot deflected just wide. Puck still loose, it's still set on net. multiple shots. And Vale's going to just leave it for LeBlanc Burke to cover. The smart move. It's 2-1 Purple Knights with 9:13 left to play in the first. In a must-win game. The game last night finished 6-3. Bernice Nod. There's a hit from Adams. Man to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with a backhander. Still loose. Saved by LeBlanc Burke. It looks like we'll have a Bernice McNaughton penalty for the extracurricular activities out in front. And that's Liam Bishop, number 17. He's going to go to the box. We'll get a power play out of this. So it's 17, Liam Bishop. 2 minutes for roughing at 9:01 in the first. Purple Knights power play. Here's off taken by the Knights. Beach, Harris. Down low intended for Biani. Beach, back up to Harris. Harris to Tracy. Tracy, Harris, shot, saved, sent above the net. And an easy clear out. Sent all the way down to LeBlanc Burke. That'll go through his crease. Luckily, no one there. Harris to Tracy with the breakout. Up the Beach. Beach who enter the zone. Stops at the ring out line. Saucer pass over the stick of Tracy. Tracy, Harris, Biani, and cleared out with the misplay by McMacken. LeBlanc leaves that off for Tracy. Tracy stops. Over to Biani. Biani, Cole enters in offside. Off a tie-up, eventually taken by Beach. Over to Harris. Biani. Makes a move, has that to Beach. Makes a forehand dangle. Then works his way in. Cuts to the middle. Beach with the shot, just wide. Teeing up, McCluskey will clear that out. Under 40 seconds left to go in the Purple Knights power play. First one there is Man. Man with the attempted shot, or at least play to the middle. Is stripped off his stick. Now it's Tracy. Makes a nice move by Waugh. Harris walks in. Tracy. Beach. Backdoor. Harris to the middle. Loses the puck by any. Trying to get the backhander. It's cleared by Thomas. Beach winds up. Now it's blocked. Potential breakaway coming up. It's Tracy that gets back. Shot. Blocker save. And it's Caleb Thomas who had a potential breakaway. Beach gets stripped up. Looks like he sold it a little bit. No call. Puck skips over the stick of Hayden Gallant. Penalties now over. We'll place them 5-on-5. Harris. Pass in the middle. Deflected by Foster. Arsenault over to Thomas, who leaves that off for McCluskey. Weston McCluskey banks it off the boards. Obe. Sent around, picked off by Thomas. Hit and bumped off. Vale back in to flip along the boards. Arsenault re-out at the blue line. There's a shot. Save, rebound from McCluskey. Deflected out in midair. Great save by LeBlanc Burke. Here's Adams. He's pinned up against the boards and then makes a great play to move it out to Kervin. He'll skate it out himself. A flip over Gallant and Arsenault, and will just go down for icing at 6:12 in the first. Face off one by Moncton High. There's Arsenault with the attempted shot in. Little regathers before passing that over to Keenan. Cleared in, around the net the puck goes. Warner, he goes in with Man, and Man sends it back the other way. Bishop pinned along by Obe. Puck now pinned up in the corner. No signs of it moving. Here we go, puck's out. Miller around the net. Sent off his stick. Vale makes a move to get around him, then loses the puck. Puck loose, taken by Bishop. Still loose, not an inward stick. Little winds up and shoots, deflected. Pad save. Rebound, another nice pad save. Miller sends it up and over the stick of Smith. Smith, Man. Little. Ring at line, a shot blocked by Curvin. Little over to Man. Man with the nice toe drag. Backed up to Little. Little with the shot. Another nice block by Curvin, and it's sent out of the zone. Sacrificing his body early in the game. Little around for Harriman. Harriman over to Harris. Harris goes back where he just was. Deflected by Miller. Little comes down to pinch. Now it's pinned up with Biani. Miller in the middle. Pass up to the D. A shot. A beautiful save by LeBlanc-Burke with Seth McDonald streaking in. Harriman sits around. A good play by Biani to get that over to Beach. Over to Cole. Cole pokes it in past Murray. And Murray does a good job of angling him off. Now kept in by Harris. Harris will work his way in. Shot deflected. Blocker save. Now it's carried out. Here come the Highlanders. Here's McDonald to the middle. Deflected off the post. An unfortunate deflection from Moncton High goes off the post. Now Beach to the middle. Cole partial breakaway. Here's back checking Constable with the shot. A nice save by John Stone. 4:05 left to go. We'll have to look at it. We'll have to look at that again as it hits off the post on an unlucky bounce. For Moncton High, or for rather Bernice McNaughton, more unlucky. No, a pass blocked. Constable over to McCluskey. Wesley McCluskey gets by Obe. A sharp angle shot off the mask. Now Brown tried to poke it on his backhand. McCluskey still with it. Had two purple knights on him. Now it's poked up to Tracy. Tracy regains possession, trying to get that over to Brown. Brown, he's going up against Foster. And McCluskey, or that's Constable who sent it into the boards. Murray over to Thomas. Thomas, a pass, sent out, kept in by Campbell Harris. Makes a move before losing the puck. Now a pass intended back for him, and he's taken down. Face off in the offensive zone. Gallant to the other side. Arsenault. A pass in the middle. And deflected by McCluskey in the glove of goaltender Isaac LeBlanc-Burke. Taken up, Cole, past the Beach. Cole, Beach backhander, and the attempted pass to Reed Cole is saved by John Stone. Face off, won by Biney. Beats with the shot. Blocked by McCluskey, and here he goes. He won't get there. Waugh to the middle. Keenan trying to baseball a bouncing puck. Misses. Waugh was around the net. Out to the middle. Another attempted shot by Keenan. That sent up to Biani. 2.5 minutes left to go. Biani works his way in before he's poked off. Still a loose puck. That's sent up over for Gallant. Gallant, he's going to work his way in himself. Harriman pokes that off, and he has a nice reverse hit on Gallant. Adams shoots. That's sent behind the net. Picked up again. Here's Mann. Poked off his stick by Tracy. Sent around for Harriman. Coming in the last 2 minutes of the first. Harriman flipped along the boards and hits the netting for a whistle. First goal coming from Seth McDonald. Assist to McCluskey and Thomas. Sends Biani from Cole and Cole from Beach. First 3 goals so far in this game, making it a 2-1 Purple Knights lead with Bruce McNaughton, who had struck first in this one. Now kept in. Miller did a toe drag. Couldn't get past Harriman. Man flipped off of Harriman. Stripping a shot from Bishop. Loose puck out in front. Sent to the net by Miller and saved by LeBlanc Burke. .144 left to go. First period, 2-1, Purple Knights. Face off, a tie up. Still not taken by anybody. Now sent to the middle by Foster. No one was there. And behind the net, Obe has to go against 2 Highlanders, Thomas and Foster. Now the puck squirts loose to Biani. Biani over intended for Cole. Murray stepped up to hit him, and it'll go down the ice. And they'll go for an icing. 1-2-3 left to in the first. And to note, in this arena at the K, Purple Knights are 1-0 against Bernice McNaughton. And Bernice McNaughton's 0-1. Bernice McNaughton has success at the Coliseum. Those are the other 3 times the Purple Knights have met them, was in the Coliseum. And the fourplex just yesterday. There's Thomas trying to send that to the net, and he whiffed on it. Foster, backhand. Thomas to the middle, deflected by Warner. Stauble, bumped off by Biani. Foster to Thomas. Thomas tried to lift it over the shoulder of LeBlanc Burke and missed the net. Now sent back around the boards. Last minute of play. McCluskey met Thomas. Hit by Beach. Foster cross-checked into the boards. Ref yelling it's loose. Here's Foster to the middle. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. He still has it. Constable. The attempted shot deflected off of Biani. Now Thomas back into the middle. Deflected. That by Obe. Biani attempted pass in the middle by Cole. It's touched by Little. So there'll be no icing. Now coming down to the last 20 seconds. Little over for Constable. A beautiful tape-to-tape pass. And sent to the middle. Bishop makes a nice move before being poked off by Harriman. That's sent out of the zone. Little. He'll clear it in last 10 seconds. Harris, he's going to try to take his time. Might just flip this one out. He does. Pass over, deflected by Tracy, and we'll go all the way down the ice. And there'll be a whistle with 1.8 left to go on the clock. As the first period ends, we have 70 currently watching live. Just as the first period ends, we'll have a quick 10-minute break for a flood with news, scores, and more, with highlights also being shown after these last 2 seconds. Face off a tie-up and will not get to the net. It hits the crossbar after the buzzer, however. That'll end the first period. Make the It's Purple Knights in the lead by a score of 2-1. That one's deflected and sent away. Big hit from Jack Adams in the corner. Already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get it. He's tied up and already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get it. He's tied up and flies up into the board. Behind that, Obe will give a Bishop. Bishop was behind that backhand out in front. Little with the shot. What a save, and rebound is cleared out. For sending it up to Arsenault. Arsenault walks into the middle for McCluskey. Back to McDonald. The shot, he scores. That's taken by Bernice McNaughton. Pass up on the wing. McMacken shoots. Save. Taken in by Beach, and he's level. He gets the outlet pass. Good defense shown by Obe. He still has the puck. Now set down by Cole. 2-on-1 with Bayani. Cole, Bayani. Shot! He scores! Bar down! To pick up. Harris just loses it. Airman. Over for Potter. Potter did his skate. Big. Beach. Back to Tracy. Tracy with the shot save. Rebound. Cole. He scores! Here's Bishop. Bishop who's in the corner. Moves it back. Beach. Almost tripped up. Beach makes a couple moves. Now in the corner, McMacken. From Adams. Man to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhand. And to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhander. Still loose. Saved by LeBlanc Burke. It's Tracy that gets back. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas who had a potential breakaway. Beach it. Still loose, not an inward stick. Little winds up and shoots, deflected. Pad save. Rebound, another nice pad save. Smith, man. Little. Ring at line, a shot blocked by Curvin. Man with the nice toe drag. Back up to Little. Little with the shot, another nice block by Kerr. In the middle. Pass up to the D. A shot, a beautiful save by Lo. Here's McDonald to the middle, deflected off the post. Losing the puck. No, a pass intended back for him, and he's taken down. Keenan trying to baseball a bouncing puck. Misses. Wall was shot by Keenan. That's sent up to Bayani. 2.5 minutes left to go. Bayani works his way in before he's poked off. Still it's up. Over for Gallant. Gallant, he's going to work his way in himself. Aaron posts that off, and he could stobble. The attempted shot deflected off of Bayani. Little. Over for Constable. A beautiful tape-to-tape pass. It's sent to the middle. Bishop makes a nice. That one's deflected and sent away. Big hit from Jack Adams in the corner. Already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get it. He's tied up and already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get it. He's tied up and flies up into the boards. Behind the net, Obey will give a Bishop. Bishop is behind the backhand right in front. Little with the shot. What a save, and rebound is cleared out. Before sending it out to Arsenault. Arsenault walks into the middle for McCluskey. Back for McDonald. The shot, he scores. That's taken by Bernice McNaughton. Let's pass up on the wing. McMacken shoots. Save. Taken in by Beach, and he's level. He gets the outlet pass. Good defense shown by Obey. He still has the puck. Now set down by Cole. 2-on-1 with Bayeni. Cole, Bayeni. Shot! He scores! Bar down! To pick up. Harris just loses it. Harriman over for Potter. Potter did escape. Big. Beach. Back to Tracy. Tracy with the shot save. Rebound. Cole. He scores! Here's Bishop. Bishop who's in the corner. Gives it back. Beach. Almost tripped up. Beach makes a couple moves. Now in the corner, McMacken. From Adams. Man to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhand. And to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhander. Still loose. Saved by LeBlanc Burke. It's Tracy that gets back. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas who had a potential breakaway. Beach it. Still loose, not anyone stick. Little winds up and shoots, deflected, pad save, rebound, another nice pad save. Smith, man, Little, ring at line, a shot blocked by Curvin. Man with the nice toe drag. Backed up to Little, Little with the shot, another nice block by Kerr. In the middle, pass up to the D, a shot, a beautiful save by Lo. Here's McDonald to the middle, deflected off the post. Losing the puck. No, pass intended back for him, and he's taken down. Keenan trying to baseball a bouncing puck. Misses. Wall was shot by Keenan. That's sent up to Bayeni. 2.5 minutes left to go. Bayeni works his way in before he's poked off. Still sent up. Over for Gallant. Gallant, he's going to work his way in himself. Harriman posts that off, and he could stobble. The attempted shot deflected off of Bayeni. No. Harris, Beach, shot blocked by Bishop. Harriman cleared back into Cole. Cole up for Harriman. Shot blocked in the crotch area. Cleared out. Caught by Kervin. A puck sent out for Potter. Potter tried to make a move, taken by Mann. Smith over McMacken, pass to the feet of McDonald. Cleared in by Goulet. Sent around, Johnstone leaves that off for Smith. Smith who clears that around into the skates of Owen McCluskey. McCluskey back for Smith. Back for McDonald, who was just out of his reach, so a poor breakout attempt. Now in between the skates of Potter. Taken up. McDonald, toe drag. What a move, backhander. What a save by LeBlanc Burke. Potter clear that out. Kept in by Little. Where it's poked out and into the Bruce McNaughton bench. Puck shot, saved by LeBlanc Burke. Picked up by Doe. Cole trying to clear it out. That's taken up by Miller. Bishop. Saucer pass. That's into the skates of Mann. Now sent behind the net over for Bishop. Bishop tries to play that out to the middle. It's the side of the net. And that'll be covered by LeBlanc Burke. After a minute of technical issues where stream crashed on us, we're back with 55 viewers live and watching second period action of Purple Knights versus Highlanders. No puck. An attempted clear attempt taken by Beach. Beach goes against Murray. He's hooked, and that'll be called. Looks like it's Draven Miller, number 24, to the box at 16:41 of the second period. Face off, taking by Cole around the net, hit by Murray. Dangle, Tracy out in front, the couple whacks. Great save by Johnstone. Constable, the attempted sauce pass to Wall, missed his stick. Now around the net, Harris over for Beach. Beach who clears it back down to his own end. Beach works his way up. Right through the middle goes Evan Beach. Works his way in, still with it. We'll try to set up the power play. Harris walks in before circling back. Sends that to Beach. Sends it over to Tracy. Tracy to the middle, deflected by Cole. Rebounds not loose. It's covered up by Johnstone. .1:18 left to go on the Moncton High power play. Moncton High is 1 for 2 so far. Harris needs to make a move, so he sends that to Tracy. Tracy, Harris, over to Beach. Evan Beach, Harris, is at the top of the blue line. Down to Tracy in the face-off circle. Takes the shot over the head and goal of Johnstone. Beach, over for Harris. Harris, over back to Beach. He'll let Beach skate it himself. Beach curls around. Backhander to Harris. Harris to Tracy. Tracy walks in. Back to Harris, back to Beach. Beach makes a move before saucing it over to Harris. Back to Tracy. Tracy, shot, he scores! Max Tracy with the snipe over the shoulder of Jack Johnstone. Making it 3-1 Moncton High. The power play is 2 for 3. Tracy, he walked in a little bit and then saw a very small hole. And with pinpoint accuracy, with surgical precision, lifts it top shelf. Little played over to Mann. Mann sent over to Miller. Miller over to Constable, he's going to lead the rush. It's poked off his stick. He still gets it back. Constable still with the puck. Passes it. Little barely controls it. He ends up lifting that over to Mann. Down. Bishop out in front. Puck's up and above the net. Now Little banked along the boards. Almost gloved down by Vale. Now here's Bishop. Walks in. Shots. And into the glove of LeBlanc Burke. Face-off taken by Moncton High. Harris around for Bianni. He'll misses it. Now picked up by Constable. Puck taken by Cole and also sent him down in the process. Now Constable shot. Now sent back in. It'll go up to the point for Little. Cole meet him there. Now McCluskey out in front. Shot was whiffed on. Wow, shot saved and steered away. There's a hit from Meach. She'll poke that over to Adams. That is Harris, rather. Harris to the middle, intended for Bianni. He's tripped up, and we'll have another MHS power play. The two Highlanders, they'll have a little taunt at Bianni. Might be getting an extra penalty. The Braves McDonald has the initial penalty. I believe it is Thomas for the trip. Then had a little conversation with Bianni. So it looks like Little will join Thomas in the box. Might be a 5-on-3. So it's number 7, Aiden Little, and number 9, Caleb Thomas. They're both in the box. We have one penalty up on the board, and there's two, making a 5-on-3, Moncton High. Great scoring opportunity for Moncton High. The penalty killing unit for Bernie's Manon comes out. Arsenault, Hayden Gallant, and McCluskey. Face off one by Moncton High. Here's Beach. Takes his time before sending it off to Harris. Harris walks in, shoots, blocker save. Harris catches the rebound, sends that back up to Evan Beach. Back, Harris. Backdoor Tracy with the shot just wide. And clearing it just out of the reach of the diving Campbell Harris and sent all the way back down the ice. A great cross-crease chance for Max Tracy. It's just out of his reach. Beach over to Harris. Now Harris collects the puck over to Beach. Beach walks the line, sends that. Bianni, shot, save, rebound. Beach back up to the blind for Harris. Down to Bianni. Bianni attempted backdoor. Cole trying to stamp that out in front. Another shot. Tracy scores! Max Tracy, he finds the loose puck out in front and buries it. That's his second in the game. Or it looks like Bianni is the first one in line. It might be Bianni's goal. High out to a 4-1 lead. 12 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the second. Purple Knights still on the power play. And Hayden Gallant clearly showing his frustration, slamming his stick after the goal. .70 currently watching now. Purple Knights out to a quick 4-1 lead. And the refs will have a talk with both coaches. Biani's goal. Looked like Tracy got the last touch on it. Purple Knights still on the power play, and Foster will take possession of that and send it down to the Purple Knight zone. Blomberg will glove it down and send that to Beach. Beach who gets past McCluskey. Tracy to the middle for Biani, who goes in just offside. So it's Biani from Tracy and Cole at 12:52. Biani, he has two. Face off a tie-up. Constable backhands that. Picked up by Harris in the defensive zone. Harris will start the breakout. Biani over to Cole, who just stays on side. Cole back to the blue line for Beach. Beach walks in. McCluskey falls down. A shot. Saved. Rebound picked up by Constable. Constable send that in to the ceiling. Face off will go outside the zone. And puck sent all the way back to the Moncton High zone. 23 seconds left to go on the penalty. Here, Beach, Harris. Harris over for Tracy. Back to Beach, back to Tracy. Tracy walks his way in, curls around. They're going to set up the power play. Over the stick of Harris, it goes to Beach, and he'll send that just outside the zone. Harris, he'll back up. Penalties now expiring. So we'll play 5-on-5. Purple Knights power play now 3 for 5. Harris works his way around Miller. We'll send that off to intended for Beach. And we'll go down for an icing. 11:31 to go, second period. Off one by Moncton High. Harris across, deflected by Vale. And will be taken by Little. Little with the flip pass. Cole, backhander for Harris. Harris with the pass that missed everybody and will go down the ice. One by Marines on the shot, deflected. Thomas trying to put one on the net. That's taken by Cole. Sent up to Curvin. Curvin cleared in, picked up by Little. A pass intended for Thomas is picked off. Now Thomas will eventually get it back. Thomas has Foster with him. Thomas to Foster, the intended pass, and missed. Adams to the middle, taken by the Highlanders. Thomas walks in and shoots. That one's blocked. Now puck loose out in the middle of the ice. Foster, he shoots and goes up and hits the netting. The Purple Knights, they need to limit the defensive shots. Last period, the defense mostly wide open. And the defense were pounding shots on LeBlanc Burke out of net. We're going to have to crack down on covering the point. McCluskey. It's Owen McCluskey more specifically with the puck. Turnaround shot blocked. Puck's out loose. McDonald. Drop pass for Little. Little walks in. Shoots. Saved. Rebounds loose out in front. Curvin taking it up in the corner. McDonald's going to meet him there. He's going to miss it. Now Curvin potential 2-on-1. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Back checking McCluskey, curving in the slot with a shot. That would set wide. Vale send that back in the middle. Puck loosened a couple of feet. McMacken back for McDonald. McDonald, pass over for Arsenault. Arsenault makes his way through the neutral zone. Almost loses the puck. McMacken shoots, save, rebound is sent out into the other corner. McDonald. Brown, he'll flip it up. It'll just miss the Highlanders bench. Now it's taken. Here's Goulet. Goulet, he has a chance. Almost partial breakaway. Reverse Arsenault. He'll fly into the boards. Out and in front, intended for Potter. That was out of his reach. Now Harris with it. Pass intended for Brown. Misses. No icing. Arsenault had the chance. Arsenault stops. Falls. Turnover. Brown out in front. Harris shoots. Save. And back. It'll be a Purple Knights power play. And it might be Arsenault for a hold, or this might be Goulet. No, this will be Arsenault. And it's number 4, Zachary Arsenault. He'll have 2 for a hold at 9:15 in the second. It's back to the power play. They'll send out their first power play unit. Face off one by Tracy. Harris to Beach. Evan Beach stops. Tries to make a move past Wesley McCluskey. Backhander to Tracy. Tracy intended for Bayani. Be off the skates of McCluskey. And now they'll take it. No one pressuring the puck. McCluskey stops. And will pass it back to Murray. Smart heads up. Penalty killing play. Now Permanent's going to need to put some pressure. Murray almost loses the puck, clears it out for Tracy. Tracy spins by Weston McCluskey. Tracy stops, button hooks Harris to the middle, deflected wide. Cole up for Tracy. Minute 10 left. Harris, Beach, pass to the middle, blocked by Murray. Send back to the corner. Beach, a pass up. That'll be kept in by Tracy. Now Harris. Beach. Spins around. Now up to Harris. Now to Tracy. Tracy sees Beach back door and doesn't put it on his tape. Beach sent back around for Cole. Cole with Bayani out in front. He wasn't covered. Reed Cole. He saw Tracy at the blue line. It ramped over his stick. Now as Bernice McNaught makes changes, Tracy being instructed to wheel. Tracy. Beach. Bayani one-timer, rebounds loose, and Tracy, he gets a stick up in the face of Johnstone trying. He tried to hit the puck and unfortunately hits the head of Jax Johnstone. He's going to go to the box for a slash. Johnstone down. Johnstone not getting up. Assistant coach will have to come in and help. Tracy with the accidental slash to the head. We'll have another look at that as the puck was loose out in front of the net. Johnstone looks to get up. He gets up by himself, but he'll have to go to the bench. It's Noah Fletcher in to substitute. .70 watching live. 7:46 left to go in the second period. About to be a 4-on-4 for 31 seconds. Tracy's going to get 4 for head contact or a 4 for a slash. So Bernice McDonald will have a lengthy power play after their penalty expires in 31 seconds. So Bernice McDonald, they'll have a chance to try and crawl back and even this one up with a couple of goals. Harris. Well, that's Warner looking for a pass. And Tracy will get 4 for head contact. Murray with the backhand, no look pass, turnaround to Thomas. Thomas is going to make his way out himself. Thomas sent down and around the boards. That one's going to land right on the tape of Constable. He's going to work his way in a backhand shot sent wide. Thomas to the middle. He's not going to shoot. Bernice McDonald now in the power play. Shot deflected up and almost over the netting. So Tracy's in the box for another 3 minutes and 17 seconds with the double minor. The Highlanders with a clean draw. Little around for Mann. Mann up for Constable. He's sent down. Gloves the puck. Beats a backhander. Right back to Constable. To the middle. Walking in is Miller with the shot. That's a save, and a rebound is still loose, and it's finally whistled down and covered. And Fletcher thought he was going back, and Johnstone, he's going to leave the ice for a little bit. Well, Johnstone's going to be out for a little bit. Little's not going to keep it in. Harriman's going to clear that along the boards and down the ice. Leach was offside. Now Little over to Miller. Draven Miller works his way up the left side. Now leaves that for Mann. Over for Little. Little walks a bit, shoots just wide. LeBlancberg screen. Did not know where it is. There's Mann with a shot, a glove save. And Bishop with a big net presence. 2:27 left to go on the Max Tracy penalty. Face off, taken by Bernice McNaughton. Thomas stops and fires it in the corner for McDonald. McDonald in the corner. Pass. Thomas. Shot. McCluskey was waiting back door for it. And now it's sent all the way down the ice. Good penalty killing for Moncton High. Now getting down to 2 minutes left on the penalty. Thomas up for Foster. Foster works his way up the right side. Here's Foster walking in, centering it out in front. Rebounds loose. It's taken up by Tyler Warner. And down behind the net for Foster. Gallant in his defensive zone. A stretch pass deflected by Harriman. Harriman's going to back skate. Harris along the boards, and Reed Cole is going to make sure it goes all the way back down for Noah Fletcher. Fletcher for Gallant. Gallant's going to wait a minute before passing that off to Foster on the right. Foster over. Here's McCluskey. Wesley McCluskey poked off by Harris. Puck loose out in the corner. Tie-ups. Around the net goes McMacken. And a pass deflected off the skates of Reed Cole. Can't quite get it out. Good play by McCluskey. A shot. Saved, and now Reed Cole is going to send that off the glass and out of the and down the ice. Less than a minute left to go in the Max Tracy double minor. Thomas Pass over for Bishop. Works his way in before getting poked off. Miller, who's against the wall. Down, pass out in front. Point, Murray, shot just wide. Thomas, back to Murray. Murray down in the corner. McDonald up. It's deflected and goes right back to Thomas. Thomas shoots, deflected, and up into the corner. Now here's Thomas with a loose puck. He shoots. A great save by LeBlanc. 9 seconds left to go on the Max Tracy penalty. Purple Knights up 4-1, 3:56 left to go in the period, and just 9 seconds left to go on the penalty. Harris cleared around, Kidstobble sent back down. Murray, loose puck, poked by Harris. Tracy was now out of the box. The puck goes back up for Bishop. Liam Bishop over. Kidstobble loads up and then shoots wide. Harriman posts that off to the corner before being hit. Sent into the middle, kicked by Harris. Harris didn't know where it was. It's now in the corner. Adams past the beach. She'll clear it out. And this won't be icing. Bruins will have a chance to change now with 3 minutes left to go. Murray. A pass that misses man and misses Harris will go down for icing. 3:11. After a timeout, less than 3 minutes left to go. Walking it is Miller, who sends that out in front. Now puck goes back over to Murray. Murray, puck's now cleared out by Goulet. Now a loose puck. It's Brown and Kidstobble with the rush. It's Kidstobble who gets there first. Now Vale, he'll pick up the loose puck. Now puck battle in the corner. Poked up for Miller. Harris turns around. Sent up past Miller and Brown. Murray, he's the first one there. After that, and Brown gets drilled by Miller. And Miller go to the box for interference. Connor Brown gets up and will skate to the bench triumphantly. He'll get an ovation from the crowd. 2:21 left to go. Purple Knights back to the power play. .78, currently watching live, almost at 80. Watching Purple Knights hockey on the Moncton High Sports YouTube channel. 2:21 left to go in the second. Purple Knights up 4-1, and now on the power play. Beach down to Biani. Biani sent to the middle for Cole. Now in the skates of Arsenault, he gets it. He'll have a skate. Arsenault, pad save. Biani trying to get that off to Tracy. So now it's a loose puck taken by McMackin, cleared in. McMackin around the net, sent right to Bianni. Bianni, he'll slow the play down, send that to Tracy. Tracy to the middle, and the skates of Reed Cole. Attempted poke out, now loose out in front. Little. His first intended clearing attempt was blocked. Number just McDonald, a little bit of a rush. McCluskey, shot. Blocked by Harris. It'll be covered by LeBlanc Burke on the other end. 1:11 to go on the Draven Miller penalty. 1:32 left to go in the second. Timeouts. Moncton High. Off in the Moncton High zone, one by Bernice McNaughton. A clearing by Arsenault. Beach over for Harris. Harris up for Arsenault. Arsenault now sends that back down in the corner. Beach stops. Again, Perlman's going to try to slow this play down. Beach for Harris. Harris, he'll lead the rush. Stops. Harris still making his way in. Harris, who's now on the hash marks. Up, Tracy, now for Beach. Beach, back to Harris, back to Tracy. A shot deflected by Reed Cole off the bar. And Gallant trying to clear it out. Good play by Tracy. Now Beach loads up, fakes the slap shot. Beach stops, over. Bianni, shot just wide. Beach with a nifty pass. Goes out of the zone though. Now it's over 30 seconds left. Tracy back to Beach. Beach going over the center ice logo. Makes his way in. Beach stops to the middle off the skates of Cole. Arsenault trying to find it. Back in by Bianni. Good save by Fletcher. Penalties now done. 5-on-5 for the last 20 seconds. Wind up shot by Tracy. Loose on the front rebound. What a save by Fletcher. No other players going down. Thomas will clear it out. That will most likely be the last of the second. Harris to Bianni. Bianni will carry it into the zone, and that'll be the last of the period. After the second, 4-1, Purple Knights. That one's deflected and sent away. Big hit from Jack Adams in the corner. Already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get it. He's tied up and already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get it. He's tied up and flies up into the board. Behind the net, Obe will give a Bishop. Bishop is behind the backhand out in front. Little with the shot. What a save, and rebound is cleared out. For sending it up to Arsenault. Arsenault walks into the middle for McCluskey. Back for McDonald. The shot, he scores. That's taken by Bernice McNaughton. Pass up on the wing. McMackin shoots, save. Taken in by Beach, and he's level. He gets the outlet pass. Good defense shown by Obe. He still has the puck. Now set down by Cole. 2-on-1 with Bianni. Cole, Bianni. Shot! He scores! Bar down! To pick up. Harris just loses it. Harriman over for Potter. Potter did escape. Big. Beach. Back to Tracy. Tracy with the shot save. Rebound. Cole. He scores! Here's Bishop. Bishop who's in the corner. Gives it back. Beach. Almost tripped up. Beach makes a couple moves. Now in the corner, McMacken from Adams. Man to the middle, loose puck, patted away. Miller with the backhand. And to the middle, loose puck, patted away. Miller with the backhander, still loose, saved by LeBlanc Burke. It's Tracy that gets back, shot, blocker, save. And it's Caleb Thomas, shot, blocker, save. And it's Caleb Thomas, who had a potential breakaway, beats it, still loose, not in with stick. Little winds up and shoots, deflected, pad save, rebound, another nice pad save. Smith, man, Little, bring that line, a shot, blocked by Curvin. Man with a nice toe drag, backed up to Little, Little with the shot, another nice block by Kerr. In the middle, pass up to the D, a shot, a beautiful save by Here's McDonald to the middle, deflected off the post. Losing the puck. No, pass intended back for him, and he's taken down. Keenan trying to baseball a bouncing puck. Misses. Wall was shot by Keenan. That's sent up to Biani. 2.5 minutes left to go. Biani works his way in before he's poked off. Still it's up. Over for Gallant. Gallant, he's going to work his way in himself. Aaron posts that off, and he could stumble. The attempted shot deflected off of Biani. Little over for Constable, a beautiful tape-to-tape pass. It's sent to the middle. Bishop makes a nice. That one's deflected and sent away. Big hit from Jack Adams in the corner. Already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get. He's tied up and already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get. He's tied up and flies up into the boards. Behind that, Obey will give a Bishop. Bishop is behind that backhand road in front. Little with the shot. What a save, and rebound is cleared out. Looking for segment up to Arsenault. Arsenault walks into the middle from McCluskey. Back to McDonald. The shot, he scores. That's taken by Bernice McNaughton. Pass up on the wing. McMacken shoots. Save. Taken it by Beach, and he's level. He gets the outlet pass. Good defense shown by Obey. He still has the puck. Now set down by Cole. 2-on-1 with Biani. Cole, Biani. Shot! He scores! Bar down! What a pick up. Harris just loses it. Harriman over for Potter. Potter did it. Skate. Big. Back to Tracy. Tracy with the shot. Save. Rebound. Cole. He scores! Here's Bishop. Bishop who's in the corner. Moves it back. Beach. Almost tripped up. Beach makes a couple moves. Now in the corner, McMacken from Adams. Man to the middle, loose puck, patted away. Miller with the backhand. And to the middle, loose puck, patted away. Miller with the backhander, still loose, saved by LeBlanc Burke. It's Tracy that gets back, shot, blocker, save. And it's Caleb Thomas, shot, blocker, save. And it's Caleb Thomas, who had a potential breakaway, beats it, still loose, not in with stick. Little winds up and shoots, deflected, pad save, rebound, another nice pad save. Smith, man, Little, bring that line, a shot, blocked by Curvin. Man with a nice toe drag, backed up to Little, Little with the shot, another nice block by Kerr. In the middle, pass up to the D, a shot, a beautiful save by Here's McDonald to the middle, deflected off the post. Losing the puck. No, pass intended back for him, and he's taken down. Keenan trying to baseball a bouncing puck. Misses. Wall was shot by Keenan. That's sent up to Biani. 2.5 minutes left to go. Biani works his way in before he's poked off. Still up. Over for Gallant. Gallant, he's going to work his way in himself. Aaron posts that off, and he could stumble. The attempted shot deflected off of Biani. Little over for Constable, a beautiful tape-to-tape pass. It's sent to the middle. Bishop makes a nice. That one's deflected and sent away. Big hit from Jack Adams in the corner. Already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get. He's tied up and already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get. He's tied up and flies up into the board. Behind that, Obey will give a Bishop. Bishop is behind that backhand road in front. Little with the shot. What a save, and rebound is cleared out. Looking for segment up to Arsenault. Arsenault walks into the middle from McCluskey. Back to McDonald. The shot, he scores. That's taken by Bernice McNaughton. Pass up on the wing. McMahon shoots, save. Taking it by Beach, and he's level. He gets the outlet pass. Good defense shown by Obey. He still has the puck. Now set down by Cole. 2-on-1 with Bayeni. Cole, Bayeni. Shot! He scores! Bar down! Gonna pick up. Harris just loses it. Harriman over for Potter. Potter did escape. Big! Beach. Back to Tracy. Tracy with the shot save. Rebound. Cole. He scores! Here's Bishop. Bishop who's in the corner. Moves it back. Beach. Almost tripped up. Beach makes a couple moves. Now in the corner, McMacken. From Adams. Man to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhand. Man to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhander. Still loose. Saved by LeBlanc Burke. It's Tracy that gets back. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas who had a potential breakaway. Beach it. Still loose, not an inward stick. Little winds up and shoots, deflected. Pad save. Rebound, another nice pad save. Smith, man. Little. Ring at line, a shot blocked by Curvin. Man with a nice toe drag. Backed up to Little. Little with the shot, another nice block by Kerr. In the middle. Pass up to the D. A shot, a beautiful save by Lo. Here's McDonald to the middle, deflected off the post. Losing the puck. No, pass intended back for him, and he's taken down. Keenan trying to baseball a bouncing puck. Misses. Wall was shot by Keenan. That sent up to Bayeni. 2.5 minutes left to go. Bayeni works his way in before he's poked off. Still up over for Gallant. Gallant, he's going to work his way in himself. Harriman posts that off, and he couldn't stobble. The attempted shot deflected off of Bayeni. Little over for Constable, a beautiful tape-to-tape pass. And sent to the middle. Bishop makes a nice. That one's deflected and sent away. Big hit from Jack Adams in the corner. Already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get. He's tied up and already started up the physicality. Here's a man gonna get. He's tied up and flies up into the boards. Behind the net, Obey will give a Bishop. Bishop is behind the backhand out in front. Little with the shot. What a save, and rebound is cleared out. For sending it up to Arsenault. Arsenault walks into the middle for McCluskey. Back from McDonald. The shot, he scores. That's taken by Bernice McNaughton. It's pass up on the wing. McMahon shoots. Save. Taken in by Beach, and he's level. He gets the outlet pass. Good defense shown by Obey. He still has the puck. Now set down by Cole. 2-on-1 with Bayeni. Cole, Bayeni. Shot! He scores! Bar down! Gonna pick up. Harris just loses it. Harriman over for Potter. Potter did escape. Big. Beach. Back to Tracy. Tracy with the shot save. Rebound. Cole. He scores! Here's Bishop. Bishop who's in the corner. Moves it back. Beach. Almost tripped up. Beach makes a couple moves. Now in the corner, McMacken. From Adams. Man to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhand. Man to the middle. Loose puck. Patted away. Miller with the backhander. Still loose. Saved by LeBlanc Burke. It's Tracy that gets back. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas. Shot. Blocker. Save. And it's Caleb Thomas who had a potential breakaway. Beach it. Still loose, not an inward stick. Little winds up and shoots, deflected. Pad save. Rebound, another nice pad save. Smith, man. Little. Ring at line, a shot blocked by Curvin. Man with a nice toe drag. Backed up to Little. Little with the shot, another nice block by Kerr. In the middle. Pass up to the D. A shot, a beautiful save by Lo. Here's McDonald to the middle, deflected off the post. Losing the puck. No, pass intended back for him, and he's taken down. Keenan trying to baseball a bouncing puck. Misses. Wall was shot by Keenan. go. Third period action. Purple Knights, Highlanders. Final period of play. And to note, Jax Johnstone has returned between the pipes. The Noah Fletcher served a good 12 minutes for him. And he cleared down the ice. Johnstone, he's going to let it go for icing. Quick 13-second whistle. A quick update in the league playoffs. The Matadal currently lead the LJR Patriots 5-2 in the second period. Or in the third, rather. Cleared around McCluskey. Goes around the net. McMacken. Around on the boards. Arsenault with the one-timer shot. That one's way wide. McDonald makes a move past Biani. Then sends it to Arsenault. Arsenault stops. Backhands it. Picked up by Harris. Over to Cole, who didn't know the puck was coming to him. Arsenault gets the puck off Harris. Blues puck out in front. LeBlanc Burke's down. It's sent out and taken out by Biani. Biani works his way in. Evades Galen, who went for a hit and fell in the process. McDonald, who can't quite clearly clear the zone. A pass behind McMacken. Kervin plays it behind him. Tracy over for Obe. Over misses Kervin. No icing. Witherspoon will recover in their own zone. A flip pass. Blocked by the skates of Warner. More deflected. Here comes Miller. To the middle. A pass intended for Bishop. Kervin misses the puck. Here's Bishop. Recovering with it. To the middle. Man, who's back door, and he whiffed on his shot. Now set back out in the middle. Adams, first one there. Another shot. Pad save by LeBlanc Burke. No, it's not kept in by Constable. It's cleared back in. Tracy. He's going to make his way up the middle. Not before losing the puck. They're almost getting it back. Now he does get it back. And they'll dump it into the zone and go for a change. Murray. Sent around to Bishop. Sent over to Constable. Working his way in. Leaves that off for McMacken. Back down. Constable around. Out in front the shot. Great save by LeBlanc Burke. And cleared all the way down. And we'll go down for an icing. Three currently watching live. That was a shot that just went wide. Go all the way back down the ice. No icing. It was self-inflicted. Arsenault goes around the net. Harris, who picks it up at the corner of the point. A shot. Ramps off the stick of Thomas and into the corner. Doe, who keeps it in. Beach. Got some battling up in the corner. It's eventually taken by McCluskey. Go around. Biani intended that for the point. Picked off. No pass. Here's Owen McCluskey. Works his way in. Shot. Save. Rebounds behind the net. Doe tries to clear it out. Thomas behind the net. Looks out in front. Sends it back door. McCluskey was not expecting. Another shot from the point by Arsenault. It's a good save by LeBlanc Burke. Face off one by Moncton High. Warner sent around the board, sent back by McMacken. Obe pins McCluskey. A sent back and a pass to the point. Ain't no look pass by McMacken to the point. Goes all the way back down the ice. Bruce McNaught's going to have to regroup. Arsenault pinned up by Brown. close to losing the puck. Now Tracy over to Adams. Puck sent back down. The puck cleared back in the neutral zone. And taken in by Little. Offside. Tracy will bump into him. .15 left on the clock. And a jump by Mann. And Miller's going to get kicked out of the draw. And to replace him is Bishop, who loses it. Harris over to Goulet. Goulet, he'll dump it in. Puck around the other side of the net. Picked up by Smith. Potter to the middle. Puck loose out in front. There's Goulet with the hit on Mann to bump him off the puck successfully. Harris in the defensive zone. Cuts to the middle. Now in the offensive zone. Makes a nice move. Get past Gallant. Now puck's off his tape. Harris going to have to get back. He gets the puck back. Go backhand that back down. Harriman pinching. Now loses the puck. Down in the zone. Coley gets reversed, but takes the puck off. Any consolation on that? Gallant, Bishop. Bishop puck poked off his stick. Nobody's going to catch a stick up high. Now Cole, he's almost leveled by Murray. Gallant, pass, taken by Beach. Beach walks in, shot, saved, and the rebound is taken out. Here comes Bernice McNunn. Warner is going to wait to give a hit. Purple Knights delayed penalty. So Bernice McNunn's going to have a chance on the power play. Once Moncton High touches up. Puck's pinned along in the corner. And it's going to be a slash. It looks like Evan Beach will have a trip to the box. So it's a number 9, Evan Beach, to the box. 14:42 in the third. Face off, Adams trying to poke it out. Little over to Constable. Shoots, pad save. Rebound, McCluskey's trying to dig at it. Well, Blomberg's stick got caught in the net. Luckily, he had the chance to cover. Tracy versus McCluskey in that face-off dot. It's sent to McDonald, kept in by Constable. Now around the net is Wesley McCluskey. Send it to Little. Little to Constable. Shooting, deflecting. It's just wide of the left post. McDonald, he's at the hash marks. Over, back up for Little. Little shoots, deflected. McDonald's back door. He puts it home. He scores. Seth McDonald. Second of the game on the power play. Bernice McNunn now within 2. Game is now 4-2, less than 14 minutes left to go. Cole's going to try to poke it into the zone. By Annie. Backhander. Deflected by Cole. Just wide. Here come the Highlanders. Miller. There's a shot by Mann. It just goes wide. Constable back down. Mann Now going behind the net, set that out in front. Obe's going to intercept that. Constable, he's going to shoot. Blocked by Bayan. He's going to go down. Slow getting up. Shot. Now behind the net. Man out in front. Blocked by Warner. Another shot saved by LeBlanc Burke. One by Bernice McNaughton. A shot. Here comes a shot. Save. Rebounds loose. LeBlanc Burke didn't know where it was, but neither did McCluskey. All right, clearing attempt taken by Kervin. He can't go in. Traces offside. He walks in. Now he gets hit by Little. Face off now outside the zone. Now puck back down. Doe, he's going to be the first one there. He's going to clear it behind the net, then gets shoved by McMacken. Tracy's going to come up and swoop up the puck. And it's going to be barely kept in. McCluskey to the net. Deflected off the stick of Doe and wide. McDonald, who tries to send it to the middle. There's a shot. Save. Rima McCluskey with the shot. It goes just above the crease. Puck, it's loose. It's going to be barely kept in the zone by McDonald. A good play. Sent back down. Set out in front by McMacken. Here's Harris. He's going to lead the rush once more. Clear it in to get Moncton High some changes. Wesley McCluskey. Played back. Constable to McMacken. He sprung McMacken. Obe, a good job to get back out in time. Obe sent around the boards. Goes past Warner. Cole's going to jam it up against the boards. It'll be gloved down by Foster. Foster tried walking in, loses the puck, and now goes out of the zone. Vale's going to shove Constable. Now puck's going to be sent back in the purple light zone. Obe misses the puck. Now Constable down the middle. A shot. Save. And rebound is set out to the point. There's another shot deflected by McCluskey. That was more block. A clearing attempt in front. Owen McCluskey with the shot. It just goes wide. Now Cole's going to send that out of the zone. Purple Lights now need to make more changes. The Hounds are going to catch him on a change. A shot is deflected wide. Harris to Kervin. Kervin with Tracy. Kervin loses the puck in the first defender he meets. That was Arsenault. Arsenault now carries it up. Now across ice pass to Harriman. Now over to Tracy. Tracy going up the right. Toe drag release, and it's blocked by Gallant. But Tracy goes down. Back up. Harris loads up and shoots. That one's blocked. Now here the stretch pass. There's a shot from Foster, blocked by Harriman. Foster's down the corner, pinned up by Harriman. Foster wraparound attempt, saved by LeBlanc Burke. Harriman's going to take him down. And this might just be Harriman going to the box. Harriman still wants a piece of him. This might be a Bernice McNaughton power play. So Harriman, the only one to the box. Tracy's going to have a chat with the official to see what's happening. Racing on power play, 2 minutes. So Ben Harriman, 24 at 10:43. He'll have 2 minutes. A shot! They score off the face-off. Liam Bishop. Harriman stay, only last 2 seconds in the box. Liam Bishop snipes one, top corner. There goes McMacken. Highlander taken down. A good play to get that over to Bishop. Ove sent out of the zone. Man works his way back in. Man who clears it in off the boards. Bishop goes back around the net. Up to the point. Little winds up and fire. Save. Rebound. Miller. We'll have a whistle. Looks like LeBlanc Burke's helmet came undone. Give LeBlanc Burke a new mask. Face off one by Bernice McNaught. There's a shot. That one's out into the corner by Annie. He's going to turn around and go back behind the net. Then play that off for Harriman. Harriman's going to chip it off the boards. Shot by Constable, deflected by Harriman on net. .10:01 left in the third period. Now coming down to the last 10 minutes, the season's on the line. Face off taken. Waugh, Constable, shot, deflected. They score! Wesley McCluskey ties it up. Or it's Connor Keenan that got the loose puck out in front. This game is tied. Somebody taken by Bernie Swing down. They have all the momentum. Shot by the Fosters up and wide. Owen McCluskey set back down to Foster. Now a loose puck. Tracy sends up against the boards. Kervin in the middle, heads up for Adams. It's Little that clears it back down to the purple light zone. And it's no ice. Pass up for Kervin. He's going to be hit by Owen McCluskey. Now here's Kervin. He gets back up and now clears it out. Goes on the offensive zone. He has Adams with him. He's taken down. That will not go for a call. Now here comes Constable. He's going to get the hands up high in the beach. Harris, cross-ice pass to Kervin. He's not going to pick it up. And a pass sent all the way back down. And it'll be icing. Looks like Harris had a chance of getting it. Just over 9 minutes left. We're deadlocked at 4. Moncton High yet to register a shot this period. Brings McNaughton already with 10. They'll take it by Moncton High. Harris is going to lose the puck. Keep it in, though. Little's going to take it from Beach. Little around the boards. McCluskey clears it. Now Constable, he's going to join the rush. Cleared in. Off the stick of Harriman. He's going to turn around and fire it against the boards. It'll be picked up by Bieni. Right to the middle. Off the stick of Reed Cole. Beach, he's going to race Constable for it. Beach sends it out in front. Cole, back. Harris, who pinches. No, off the board sent by Murray. Back, rimmed along, picked up by Bishop. To the middle for McCluskey. Wesley McCluskey working his way in. It was just by Cook. Man, over Gallant. To the middle. Bishop, he's going to shoot. It's going to go into the mitt of LeBlanc. Obey sent around to Adams, picks it up on his backhand, back to Warner. Sends that out. Arsenault works his way in, cleared along the boards. Warner just out of the reach of Vale, kept in. There's a shot from Miller that goes around the boards. Adams back around to the point. Arsenault walks in, gets by one. Sharp angle shot. Missed the net. Shot from Hayden Gallant is deflected. Adams, he's going to try to spring Vale. That did not get any of the pass. Vale, he's going to take Miller down. That's going to go for a penalty. Highlanders are going to go back to the power play. A pass in the middle, touched by Reed Cole. And number 18, George Vale, he's going to go to the box. Give the Highlanders a power play, 7:14 left. Face off, McDonald. There's a shot from the point, save, rebound, it's in the net, they score! Wesley McCluskey, who found the rebound out in front, 6 seconds of the power play this time. 5-4 Highlanders. Purple Knights have now found themselves behind by one again like they did early in the first period. The only other time Reese McDonald had the lead is when they scored the first goal. Constable, McCluskey, a shot hit the side of the net. Warner around, Foster. That's cleared back in. Here's Owen McCluskey to the middle, off the skate of Foster. There's another shot by Thomas, just sent wide. Beach, pass intended for Bieni, picked off. Murray to the middle, misses McCluskey and Thomas, so Reed Cole will take over, and linesman gone on the way. Now 2 Highlanders collide. It's Foster and Thomas. Well, Moncton High still offside, they don't know. Adams finally gets onside, a spring pass, it's into the skates of Miller. Miller walks in, a shot, saved by LeBlanc. Harriman to Tracy. Tracy will stop, get pushed off by Murray. Harriman over to Tracy. Less than 6 minutes to go. Tracy sent that to Potter, deflects that into the zone. Murray sent around the boards. Now puck's loose out in the slot. That'll be picked up by Bishop. Bishop over. Now sent to the middle. Now down in the corners, Bishop to the middle. There's a shot saved by LeBlanc Burke. Man to the blue line. Kitzabel with the shot. Still wide. And Bishop, he'll touch that with a high stick. And that'll be a whistle at 5:25. Cole over to Warner. Tyler Warner starts the breakout and misses by Indian Beach, and we'll go down for an icing. Just 9 seconds later. This one cleanly by Moncton High. Send back around the net. Owen McCluskey at the hash marks. Jammed on the boards. Beach clears it out. It stays in. Warner's going to block the shot. Let's send it up to Cole. And puck is deflected into the Brace McNaughton bench. We have 84 watching live. In the last 5 minutes, Purple Knights are down by a score of 5-4 with the season on the line. That'll go down for an icing. A couple seconds after. Out in the neutral zone, taken by Beach. Beach works his way in before getting triple teamed by 3 Highlanders. Gets by Harris. Here they come. Cross-streets pass. A good save by LeBlanc Burke. And he's down. He's without a stick. Getting up slow. Harriman will clear it down. He'll go for icing. LeBlanc Burke is hurt. Here comes Coach Matt Bowes checking on him. And hoping that LeBlanc Burke is okay. Both teams will go back to their respective benches. Up and all right. We'll continue play. 4:23 left to go. Harris will take the face-off win. Saucer pass right to Cole. Back checking Kitzabel gets the best of him. It stops the potential breakaway from Reed Cole. Here's McNaughton trying to clear. Harris picks it off to the middle. Harris shoots. Rebound. He gets it. Still loose. And it's whistled down. Early whistle. Harris with the great chance to tie it up. 86 live on the stream. 5-4, Bernice McNaughton, 4 minutes left. And here come the Highlanders with a quick face-off win. Foster with the shot in the glove. Bernice McNaughton, who's been dominating in shots. Tracy is going to win the draw. Harriman over to Harris. Harris, who plays it perfectly, then sends it to Tracy. Tracy, Brown, he's just going to poke it into the zone. Now Tracy back to Harriman. D to D to Harris. Harris to Tracy. He's going to try to work it with speed, and he's going to flip it and dump it in. Little shot kept in by Tracy. He's going to shoot it. Almost a deflection from Reed Cole in front, or Jack Adams, that is. Face off, won by Bernice. Little around Murray, back where it came from. Harriman's going to hold the line and clear it back in. Potter's around the net. He's going to be smushed up against the boards. And that's going to be a Purple Knights power play. Maverick Murray, number 10. He's going to go to the box for boarding at 3:12. That's on the power play. Harris. Backdoor by Annie with the one-timer. Sent that one wide. Little, he's going to take possession, skate for a bit. Clearing attempt going to be deflected by Harris. Beach stops. He's going to slowly progress before sending that to Tracy. Back to Beach. Back to Tracy. Tracy turns around. Man goes into the boards. Pass deflected off the shins of Harris into Beach. Back to Harris. Now to Tracy. He's going to fake shoot it. He more of intentionally tried to shoot that to be taken by the Highlanders and back down. A must score for the Purple Knights and a must kill for the Highlanders. Beach gets past Miller. He's going to be taken down. It's a 5-on-3 coming up. And we have an unsportsmanlike handed out to the bench. And Wesley McCluskey, he's going to go to the box. Ref gave out about 3 penalty signals. Sent behind the net. Reed Coley's going to overskate it. That might be a turnover behind the net. Here's Tracy. Harris. Now Bayani to the nets. Saved by John Stone. So on that play, there was the initial hooking call. And the Braceton McNaughton gets an extra 2 for a bench minor for unsportsmanlike. Face off, taken by the Highlanders and cleared down. Now less than 2 minutes left to go. Harris leaves it out for Beach. Here goes Beach. He's going to work his way through center ice. Stops, almost stumbles. Sends out to Harris. Harris might see an open lane. No, he's going to see Tracy. Back to Harris. Then shooting off the pad of John Stone. Miami over to Cole. Going to be pinned behind the net. Bynes going to come up and take it. And send out to Harris. Harris, shot, saved. Clearing a 10 spot by Campbell Harris. Now Tracy, or Bayani is going to lose the puck. Now you got cross check. Puck's going to be sent all the way back down. Now, around a minute left. Last minute of play. Beach, pass, backdoor pass to Cole. They're going to pull the goalie, and puck is just going to miss. LeBlanc Burks, he's going to be told to go to the bench. He's going to make it a 6-on-3 with 40 seconds left. Harris, Beach, now to Tracy. Tracy, Bayani to the goal. Rebound, they score! Reed Cole ties it up. 35.3 seconds left. Five, 35.3. The season is still alive. Timeout. Bernice McNaughton. Here we go. Purple Knights still on the power play for a minute 15. Now just getting the announcement. Reed Cole ties it up. Here comes Beach. Over Warner. Cleared back in. Last 20 seconds. On the net goes to Tracy. Tracy up for Harris, and now is out of the zone. Over for Warner. Tracy works his way in. A couple seconds left. Tracy behind the back pass. In the skates of Beach to the nets. And it's going to be taken by Bernice McNaughton. Little winds up and slaps it wide. It's 5-5 after 3. We're going to overtime. So it's 5 minutes on the clock for overtime. It'll be 4-on-3 for 48 seconds. Go to the bench minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. Purple Knights are going to start on the power play. This overtime decides it all. Purple Knights, we had 96. We have 96 right now. Almost cracking 100. Overtime, Game 2, DNA Swag Cup. If the Purple Knights score, Game 3, Thursday night, Coliseum. If British McNaughton scores, they move on to the final to play the winner against Trimble and Riverview. Here we go, 48 seconds. Face off, taken by Harris. Harris to Tracy. She's going to enter an onside. Tracy, Harris, makes his way before passing it to Beach. Now back to Harris. Harris not going to shoot. Back to Beach. Back to Harris. Harris winds up shoots. Saved by John Stone. Face off, taken by Max Tracy. He'll win it back to Harris. Harris now taking the time. Tracy, Harris, Beach, back to Harris. Harris, back to Tracy. Tracy, back to Harris. Harris, Tracy. Shot, saved, rebound. Taken up. No one has it. Cole to the front. Now it's going to be backhanded out of the zone. Power play now done. We'll play 4-on-4 till the next whistle. Here's Beach. Works his way in. He's poked off. Harris going to have to use the speed to back check against Bishop. Bishop's going to take him down. Now it's Tracy and Cole 2-on-2. Tracy works his way in. Tries a dangle. Goes to Cole. Backhander just wide. Constable picks it up. Sends it over to Miller. Now it's a big hit from Constable. Here's Bishop. Walks in. Bishop turns around. Bishop back to the point. Pass went right to Adams. Adams by any. Could be a potential break. He's going to have to cut in. Backhander wide. Herman is now going to be pinned up in the corner. Now it's going to be taken up by the Highlanders. Here's Miller. In all alone. Might have to wait. He's going to shoot. That one's going wide. Kervin. Now Warner. Now a turnover. Adams. Banked along the boards. Miller still with it. Russ ice pass. That's going to be deflected by Kervin. Until the next whistle, we'll have 4-on-4. Then after the next whistle, it's 3-on-3. Arsenault. Pass. Over for Foster. Now it's brought up by Thomas. Foster, he's going to lead that off for Wesley McCluskey. Now down behind the net, picked up by Foster. Foster loses the puck. Slap shot, save, rebounds, covered up by LeBlanc. 2:26 left to go in the overtime period. And we've cracked 100 views. Face off. To tie up, and so we set to Bernice McNaughton. McDonald up to Little. Little down to McDonald. Now McDonald's going to skate up before passing that over to Thomas. Thomas to Little. Little down to McDonald. McDonald skates up. We're almost missing his pass. Little makes a good play to get past Tracy. Little with the shot. It just goes wide. Thomas almost losing the puck in his skates. Gets it back. Leaves that off for Little. Back down to Thomas. Thomas backhander. Backdoor was McDonald who couldn't quite get a stick on it. Little to the middle. Shot saved by LeBlanc. 1:15. Currently watching live. Overtime period. Knights and Highlanders. A do or die overtime. Face off taken by Moncton High. It's Harris. Harris is going to try to spring Biani. Right to the tape. Biani on a breakaway. Over the net. He misses. Less than a minute and a half left. That's been the best chance by far this overtime period. And here comes Bernice McNaughton. It was man trying to get by Harris. Harris is going to play the body. Miller to the point. Bishop. Back. Down low for Miller. Or for Mann, rather. Mann skates up at the ring out line. Shoots. Blocked. It's going to be blocked by Adams, and he's feeling it. Harris going to skate up. Adams needs to get to the bench quickly. Last minute of play. Harris, he'll take the puck up. Skate by Bishop. Now in the corner. Beach wide open. Send it to him. Backdoor. Tracy's tripped by Johnstone. That was behind the net. 3-on-2. Bernice McNaughton. Tracy's going to have to get back quickly. Last 30 seconds. Drop pass. Shot. Deflected. On the side of the net in the crease. An early whistle. Off, it's Tracy, Beach, and Cole. Down goes Wesley McCluskey behind the net. Looks for options, last 20 seconds. Up to Hayden Gallant. Gallant down to McCluskey, out in front, no one there. Foster, he's going to be hit by Tracy. Puck's going to go out of the zone. Beach, almost on Gallant, almost taking it from him. But here goes Tracy. Last 10 seconds, he's going to have to go in and shoot quickly. He's going to be hit. And we're going to see a shootout to decide this game. First shooter for Moncton High, assistant captain and graduate, number 9, Evan Beach. Here he goes. Rink gets awfully silent. Beach not cutting anywhere. To the middle. A shot saved by Johnstone. Shooter for Bernice McNaughton, number 28, Nate Mann. Mann's going to go in with more speed. Mann on the left side, a shot, he scores! Not looking good for Moncton High, but it's what happened last time in the shootout. Moncton High took a 1-0 lead, and Bernice McNaughton ended up coming back to win. Tracy now, second shooter for Moncton High. Tracy goes along the right, does a little Crosby turn, walks in, between the legs, he scores! Max Tracy, he did it in Fredericton, he does it again at the K, between the legs. Over 125 watching live, shootout. Now it's 1:30. Second shooter for the Highlanders is number 9, Caleb Thomas. Thomas works in, shoots, it's wide. Now we'll tie it up at 1. The third round could decide it all. The third shooter for Moncton High, number 19, Zach Biani. Biani going down the middle, shoots and scores! This could do it. Zach Biani, low left side. Third shooter for Bernice McNaughton, number 7, and graduate Aiden Little. Now he goes down the left. Little walks in. A shot. Save! Moncton High victory in the shootout. LeBlanc leaves his stick. They all jump on him. Moncton High 6-5 the final. We're going to game 3. Moncton High 2-0 at the K Arena versus Bernice McNaughton. It's a Purple Knights victory Sunday night. The Purple Knights led 4-1 after the second, then gave up 4 unanswered and scored within the last couple seconds to tie it up, and they win it in a shootout. $130 people just watched the Purple Knights win Game 2 DNA Swag Cup. Finishes 6-5 the final in a shootout. Final 6-5 from the K Arena in Louisville. This has been Moncton High School boys hockey in the journey to the DNA Swag Cup live on the Moncton High Sports YouTube channel. Our next live broadcast, now that we're alive, Thursday. Our next live broadcast, now that we're alive, Thursday night, 7:30, Moncton Coliseum. I'm Braden.
I'm Lee.
And I'm Ethan, and we'll see you next time on Thursday for Game 3.